Greetings, this is me again, Zahra Jawad. There's been a tragedy. I found out misleading explanations of these verses in the Quran by our Imams and Shia religious scholars, experts of Quran, and the commentators, the commentary Shia side. So, okay, how do I start here? I'll start by Surah Baqarah, verse 30, and mention, O Muhammad, when your Lord said to the angels, indeed, I will make upon the earth a successive authority. Successive authority. Khalifatan, a vicegerent. So God is not telling them that I've made a human being out of tin, like clay, right? But God is telling them, the angels, that I will make upon the earth a successive authority, upon earth, a successive authority, Khalifa. Remember this, right? So please open your Quran to chapter 2, Surah Baqarah, verse 30. So if I make any mistakes, you can correct me in your mind. And then I will also see later. And then after this, I will go to another verse and the commentary of that verse. But just for now, remember that in this verse, Surah Baqarah, verse 30, and mention, O Muhammad, when your Lord said to the angels, indeed, I will make upon the earth a successive authority, Khalifa. They said, will you place upon it one who causes corruption therein and sheds blood, while we exalt you with praise and declare your perfection? Allah said, indeed, I know that which you do not know. So the angels still remonstrated and said, would you place on earth one who causes corruption and sheds blood? So, okay, and 31 is, and he taught Adam the names, all of them. Then he showed them to the angels and said, inform me of the names of these, if you are truthful. They said, we have no knowledge. They said, exalted are you, we have no knowledge except what you have taught us. Indeed, it is you who is the knowing, the wise. Something wrong with these verses anyways, but the angels know about. It seems that we say they jumped the gun, and they said that without knowledge, or they had some previous knowledge, God knows. Whatever the Imams explain about this, but that indeed I will make upon earth a successive authority. So you could say that when he was sent on earth, then he became a successive authority, Khalifa, not before that. But here in verse 33, like Imam says, under Surah Taha, verse 115, Imam al-Reza, the 8th Imam, I will get there. Just before getting there, here I'll just read this verse 33 of Surah Baqarah. He said, O Adam, inform them of their names. And when he had informed them of their names, he said, did I not tell you that I know the unseen? Okay, this is what is important. So he said, O Adam, inform them of their names. And when he had informed them of their names, what happened is, 34, verse 34, Surah Baqarah, and mention So it goes like this. And mention when he said to the angels, prostrate before Adam. So they prostrated except for Iblis. You see, it doesn't say here, like, and thus the angels. Okay, and then it goes to say that, and mention, and we said, O Adam, dwell you. So it doesn't say immediately, like, it's the way this Quran ayat is written, is that, and mention. And behold, we said to the angels, bow down. So it's not like then we told the angels to bow down to Adam. So they're prostrated except for Iblis. He refused. But the point here is that in this high place, glory to thee, of knowledge we have none, save what thou hast taught us. The angels have been informed, and Adam, sorry, my stomach is growling. If the sound is coming, I apologize. He taught Adam the names of all things, then he placed them before the angels. Then he placed them before the angels and said, tell me the names of these if you are right. So one verse goes like that. He showed them to the angels. Okay. That, like, it seems that Adam doesn't have, like, he placed it in Adam. He taught Adam the names of all things. Then he placed them before the angels and said, tell me the names of these if you are right. This is Yusuf Ali translation of verse 31. Now we go to my notes here. Oh, sorry, not this one. So what it says here is that Surah 33, Surah Baqarah, he said, O Adam, tell them their names. When he here the translation of Yusuf Ali is, he said, O Adam, tell them their names. When he had told them, Allah said, did I not tell you that I know the secrets of the heaven and the earth, and I know what you reveal and what you conceal? Through what I'm trying to say is here that I've done a live stream also on Facebook before this, is that under the Surah Taha verse 115, 20th chapter of the Quran, here we are told, the commentary section, multilingual Quran, Shia side, Allah has created man in the best mold, and on account of this superiority, He commanded the angels to prostrate before Adam. See Surah Baqarah verse 34. I mean, the Surah Baqarah verse 34 in brackets here. And also, except, okay, Shaitan lured him through his wife. Certainly Allah would not choose such a weakling as his vicegerent, whom the angels had to accept as their superior. Baqarah verses 31 and 32. Allah has created man in the best mold. Surah Teen, verse 4. And on account of this superiority, He commanded the angels to prostrate before Adam. Here we are told this. And then we can open Surah Teen, but right now, maybe I should open Surah Teen, verse 4. Okay, here's Surah Teen. It means, what does it mean? It means by the fig, not teen like mold. I on live stream Facebook, I correct myself for that. And then we go to verse 4, which the commentary section has said here, to go to verse 4. The best mold, this verse. We have indeed created man in the best of molds. Now we go to the commentary and I read, Ahsan means the best, and taqweem means mold, form, constitution. Refer to the commentary of Baqarah 30-39, 112, 135, Al Imran 95. Excuse me. There is no fault in Allah's creation, and there is no stigma of original sin. To man, Allah gave intelligence, faculties of observation, judgment, and action with free will, and discretion. As the chosen representative of Allah, man was exalted higher than the angels. Allah's creation is so perfect that there's no room for any change or alteration. See verse 30 of Rum. If man keeps himself safe from pollution and corruption, safeguards himself against evil with full awareness of laws made by Allah, and follows the divine guidance, which he can do by using the freedom of choice, and action given to him. He reflects in his character the divine attributes. Of Allah, and reaches the highest level of perfection. Then do we abase him to be the lowest of the low. If man follows after evil, rebels against, okay, I can go on about this, but I think this is enough. Surah 3, Ayat 4. 95, chapter 95 of the Quran. Now, back to here. So Allah has the commentary under this ayat, Surah Taha, verse 115. I just read parts of it here. Allah has created man in the best mold, deen, and on account of this superiority, He commanded the angels to prostrate before Adam. Adam established his superiority over the angels when he displayed the knowledge of the names Allah taught to him. Baqarah, Ayat 31. Adam also passed the test. Therefore, the behavior of Adam would be understood in the light of the test, after completion of which he was appointed as the vicegerent of Allah. Then he was appointed as the vicegerent of Allah. Then his vicegerency started to take full effect. Okay? So verses 40 and 42 of Hijr, Surah Hijr. Sorry, excuse me, I'll be coughing. I apologize for that. So 65 of Bani Israel, 51 of Maryam, and 33 of Ahzab assert that Shaitan has no authority over those servants of Allah who have been freed from the taint of evil and purified, and Adam was one of them. So there was no question of Shaitan misleading Adam after he was selected as the vicegerent of Allah, meaning that his vicegerency, he was selected now. His vicegerency was in full effect. Okay? Now he was a vicegerent on earth, okay, of Allah. As Imam Ali bin Musa Reza has pointed out, these events of test and trial took place in the place of bliss, meaning the garden Jannah, where Adam was not yet aware of the names. Therefore was not yet chosen as the vicegerent of Allah. So he was not chosen. Not only that, okay, I understand this, that when he came on earth, when he was taught some more names. In the ayat we are also told he was taught how to pray to God, these names, how to pray to God. But here, the vicegerent, at least he knew. Even the angels knew. Because remember Surah Baqarah verse 30, I think, right? The angels say that, are you going to create a vicegerent on earth? So even the angels knew that he was a vicegerent. Not a human, but a vicegerent. So there is something wrong in the way this is put, and our Imam said that if it doesn't go with the ayats, then reject them. But this is so important, what Imam is trying to explain, that it goes wrong with the ayats. You see, they're not able to explain this properly. I could say that I have not been able to understand it properly. I understand that the vicegerency comes into effect after coming to earth, because Adam as a vicegerent on earth, the angels also say this, right? The ayat says this. It says it like this, right? So Surah Baqarah ayat says that going to Surah Baqarah, not and no, not this one. So I'm trying to see which Surah Baqarah ayat I should. Multilingual. I just 34. See this part. Oh, Adam informed them of their name. No. 30, Surah 30. It says that, and when your Lord said to the angels, I'm going to place in the earth a caliph, a khalif. They said, what? So what did the Lord say to the angels? I'm going to place in the earth a caliph. Right? In the earth. Okay, I understand that, or on earth, for earth, a caliph. Caliph. They said, what? Wilt thou place in it such as shall make mischief? So they know what a caliph is for earth. He is for earth. So Allah's declaration about His will to send a Khalifa on earth, it means that the angels have been endued with freedom of will to give expression to their views whenever they choose to do so. So I've read this, right? And what is the Khalifa and all this? You can read, it's a long commentary under verse 30 in Surah Baqarah. Right? And so somewhere we are explained here that you've got to read this whole thing to understand. You see here in the commentary section also. Where is it? To understand the whole completion. Vicegerents, angels had to accept as their superior. Certainly Allah would not choose such a weakling. And the completion of this. So Adam established his superiority over the angels when he displayed the knowledge of the names Allah taught to him. Now, according to the Shias, we are told that he was taught these names, Muhammad, Ali, Fatima, Hassan, Hussein. But his vicegerency had not yet come into effect until he reaches earth after the test and all. And that Imam Musa Reza says, Imam Ali al-Rida, that as Imam Ali bin Musa Rida has pointed out, these events of test and trial took place in the place of bliss, where Adam was not yet aware of the names, therefore was not yet chosen as the vicegerent of Allah. Of the names. Okay? And this is said under the verse of, not of Surah Baqarah, but Surah Taha 115 in the commentary. You can read the whole commentary, I've read it. Certainly Allah would not choose such a weak name. Adam also passed, okay, here it is. Adam also passed the test. Therefore, the behavior of Adam should be understood in the light of the test after completion. Which test did he pass? In the garden, he didn't pass the test. He ate the fruit, or he ate from the tree, as we are told in the Quran ayat. Adam also passed the test. Therefore, the behavior of Adam should be understood in the light of the test after completion of which he was appointed as the vicegerent of Allah. Meaning he came down and then he was taught some more after the test, when he came down, after the completion. Light of the test after completion. Okay, of which he was appointed as a vicegerent of Allah. Verses 40 and 42 of Hijr explain, or something, I don't know. Yeah, this is where we check. Of Hijr, 65 of Bani Israel, 51 of Maryam, and 33 of Azab assert that Shaitan has no authority. No, these verses don't explain the completion of this test of Adam as appointed as a vicegerent of Allah, but there's not no comma here. There's a full stop. Sorry. Okay. Adam also passed the test. Therefore, the behavior of Adam should be understood in the light of the test after completion of which he was appointed as the vicegerent of Allah. Full stop. Period. Verses 40 and 42 of Hijr, 65 of Bani Israel, 51 of Maryam, and 33 of Ahzab assert that Shaitan has no authority over those servants of Allah who have been freed from the taint of evil and purified. And Adam was one of them. So there was no question of Shaitan misleading Adam after he was selected as the vicegerent of Allah. Understood this? I understand it? Okay. And he was chosen as the vicegerent. He was selected, and his vicegerency was effective when he reached the earth after having learned the names, more names, how to ask for forgiveness from Allah. And the Shia say through the intercession of Muhammad Ali Fatima Hassan Hussein. Okay? Understood? I've read this, I understand. But now Imam says, as Imam Ali bin Musa Reza has pointed out, these events of test and trial took place in the place of bliss where Adam was not yet aware of the names. Which names? The ones given to him when the angels questioned Allah, or the ones he used? They are one and the same actually, aren't they? Because I'll show you. Ones he used. So how to use these names, or Imam does not, they don't explain properly. I can explain it to myself if I like. You see, because I will show you how the Shias can object to this and say you have no knowledge, you didn't even, like for example here, the way the full stop in verses 40 and 40, the Shias could look at me and say, well, you didn't read the verses 40 and 42 of Hijr. after the completion, so you wouldn't understand, but these verses afterwards have nothing to do with the explanation of this commentary, completion of which he was appointed, the light. We have to understand Adam, through the completion and all this I've read previously. So just for an example explaining, I hope I don't get you and myself confused. So now what Imam says, again, back to Imam al-Rida, pointing out these events of test and trial took place in the place of bliss where Adam was not yet aware of the names, therefore was not yet chosen as the vicegerent of Allah. Okay, so if someone reads it like this, and it is apparent not aware of which names, okay, I'll just show you what a confusion there is. Because these names were taught to him when, now the ayat, there's another ayat that says, 32, they said glory. Surah Baqarah now starts, right? And let me just finish the commentary. I finished, but the 116 of Surah Taha, when he said to the angels, prostrate yourselves to Adam, they prostrated themselves, but not Iblis, he refused. Now we come to Surah Baqarah. They said, glory be to thee, of knowledge we have none. They, the angels, said. Surah Baqarah, ayat 32, verse 32, they said, glory to thee, of knowledge we have none, save what thou hast taught us. In truth, it is thou who art perfect in knowledge and wisdom. Verse 33 of Surah Baqarah, he said, O Adam, tell them their names. When he had told them, Allah said, did I not tell you that I know the secrets of the heavens and the earth, secrets of heaven and earth, and I know what you reveal and what you conceal. Puya Ali Commentary, verse 33, Surah Baqarah. Through Adam, the angels became acquainted with the glory of the glorious beings. Through Adam, like if you even take the other translations, which are kind of, take the other from where I would take it. Let's take Quran.com, right? So even if you take these translations, oh God, Surah Baqarah 33. He said, O Adam, tell them their names. Surah Baqarah. Okay? My goodness. Shias want to win in this, huh? It seems. I have a feeling. I hope the Shia jinn doesn't come. Then Allah said to Adam, tell them the names of these. myislam.org, Noble Quran. Allah said, O Adam, declare thou unto them the names of those objects. Quran.com. Allah said, O Adam, inform them of their names. He said,
Ya Adamu, Qala, Ya Adamu, Anbihum,
inform them
Bi'asma'ihim,
of their names.
Falamma,
And when
Anba'ahum,
he had informed them
Bi'asma'ihim,
of their names,
Qala,
he said,
Alam,
did not
Aqul,
I say to
Lakum,
you So through Adam the angels became acquainted with the glory of the glorious beings. When Adam at the command of Allah stated the names, qualities and symbols of those highest beings whose collective and comprehensive status can be termed as wisdom personified, the angels witnessed the glory of the infinite power and wisdom of the Lord that could create such perfect beings of the highest caliber, in substance as well as in style, like of whom they did not know till then. In Dur Manthur, Jalaluddin Suyuti says that the Holy Prophet had said the objects shown to the angels were 5 lights. Allah informed the angels, pointing to each of the lights respectively. This is Muhammad, the most praised, derived from my name, the praised one. This is Ali, the high, derived from my name, the highest. This is Fatima, the original, derived from my name, the originator of the heavens and the earth. This is Hassan, the bountiful, derived from my name, the benefactor. This is Hussein, the good, derived from my name, the good in origin. O angels, it is in love of these 5 that I have created the universe. It becomes a logical conclusion. It becomes a logical conclusion that since Allah willed these 5 lights of glory to be manifested through Adam, he had been appointed as the Khalifa of Allah, and through these lights, Allah's light had been destined to be manifested. As Allah is aware of all the unseen in the universe, he knew the angels secretly thought themselves more deserving than Adam to be chosen as Allah's Khalifa. After seeing the glory of the 5 lights endowed in the seed of Adam, they accepted their ignorance and submitted to Allah's decision. So the names given, and this is why we are told Adam, the angels had to submit. So nothing about teen only, just because he was made of, because he was made of the best clay, like we are told in Surah Teen, that they prostrated. No. They became convinced by the names only, which was in the seed of Adam, and it became like light. So Adam knew about the names. He perhaps, that's not properly, sorry, excuse me, I'm just blowing away this hair here. Okay, Adam established his superiority over the angels when he displayed the knowledge of the names Allah taught to him. Surah Baqarah, Ayat 31. When this superiority was established and displayed to Adam, then they prostrated. Prostrate yourselves. When he said to the angels, prostrate yourselves to Adam, they prostrated themselves. But not Iblis, he refused. Verse 116 of Surah Taha. But Imam al-Rida says here that under Surah Taha, verse 115, commentary section, multilingual Quran. As Imam Ali bin Musa Rida has pointed out, these events of test and trial took place in the place of bliss where Adam was not yet aware of the names, therefore was not yet chosen as the vicegerent of Allah. Meaning the time he becomes aware of the names, he is chosen as vicegerency of Allah, as the vicegerent. So it's really confusing. He came to earth, then he was chosen as. He was then taught how to use the wasila, use them as intercessors, these names. But he was aware of the names at this place higher than when before this place of bliss. But Imam al-Rida says he was not aware of the names. When he was aware of the names, when we Surah Baqarah, verse 32, they said, "Glory to thee, of knowledge we have none, save what thou hast taught us." Surah Baqarah, verse 33, he said, "O Adam, tell them their names." He said, Allah said, "O Adam, tell them their names." This is now an ayat. Surah Baqarah, verse 33. He said, "O Adam, tell them their names." When Adam had told the angels, Allah said, "Did I not tell you that I know the secrets of the heavens and the earth, and I know what you reveal and what you conceal?" Adam told them the names, angels, on this high place, higher than the garden they were in, where the test took place, in that place of bliss. Now we are not told where this place is, where the angels are asked to prostrate. Okay, commentary under Surah 2, Baqarah, verse 33. Through Adam, the angels became acquainted with the glory of the glorious beings. When Adam, at the command of Allah, stated the names. See, Imam al-Rida is wrong to say he was not aware of the names in the Garden of Bliss, where he was, a place of bliss where he was tested by Satan. Oh my God. When Adam, at the command of Allah, stated the names, qualities, and symbols of those highest beings. This is now a commentary under Surah 2, verse 33. Highest beings whose collective and comprehensive status can be termed as wisdom personified. I've already read this, right? So Muhammad Sayyuti, Jalaluddin Sayyuti says that the Holy Prophet had said these 5 lights. And so Muhammad, what is Ali, I already read this. O angels, it is in love of these 5 that I have created the universe. What if I read more, I'll get confused. I was just pointing out here, Imam al-Rida, what he said, and that's not true. I mean, he was made aware of these names, but he was not, as yet his vicegerency didn't take effect as the Khalifa, vicegerent of Allah, until he was sent on earth, we are told. Right? So this doesn't make, not being aware of the names, he's aware of the names, the angels know he's going to be the vicegerent, and Allah tells them, I'm going to make a vicegerent on earth, representing me, my vicegerent. They remonstrate. We are told in Surah Baqarah, the earlier verses. And let's see more. And behold, verse 34 of Surah Baqarah. And behold, we said to the angels, bow down to Adam, and they bowed down. Not so Iblis. What are they trying to hide? I don't know. Seems like, no, I have had this insight. I cannot say I don't know completely, but let's find out You will see it yourself. Satisfied with the proof of the absolute wisdom, satisfied with the proof of the absolute wisdom and the mercy of Allah. And the mercy of Allah, the angels prostrated themselves before Adam, as ordered by Allah. Oops, I did something. As ordered by Allah, and acknowledged the superiority of the Khalifa of Allah at that time. They acknowledged. So how do you say it? You see, Adam, they acknowledged that the Khalifa of Allah at that time, the angels, thus they bowed to Adam. So you can see the commentary under Surah Baqarah, verse 34 in the multilingual Quran. Just search for multilingual Quran on Google search. Now let's see, Iblis, Jinn, as described by verse 50 of Al-Kahf, overcome with grief and despair under the burden of arrogance, Kabar, refused to come into the camp of knowledge and mercy, surrounded by Iman, faith. This is the knowledge and mercy which Adam has had and is surrounded by Iman. Refused to come into the camp of knowledge and mercy, which Adam has. It's in his loins, his seed, in his seed. Okay? So faith not, like I said, faith not enough to save. But only these 5 are enough to save you from evil things. They will be your guides who will come after. But even like Adam teaching others, like the Wasila, I think that Adam as a vicegerent, all he had to do was teach how he was thrown out of the heaven, and these are the names. Take these names and you'll be okay. You'll be away from sin and all this, I guess. That's what I guess. Okay, let's see. Iblis, Jinn as described. Okay. Refused to come, into the camp of, with full knowledge. Refused to come into the camp of knowledge and mercy, surrounded by Iman. Iman means faith, belief. According to this verse, prostration sajda by one created being in order to pay homage and accept superiority of another created being is permissible. The sajda of total submission and unconditional surrender is for the Creator only. See commentary for verse 4. So here when I see this, it really, here Imam says, and what they are saying, the commentary here is saying, Adam was created. Again I'm going to Surah Taha verse 115. We had already beforehand taken the covenant of Adam, but he forgot, and we found on his part no firm resolve. Problem here comes that the commentary here says Adam was created to represent Allah on the earth as his vicegerent. That's true. Baqarah, verse 30. No problem with this, I have. Surah Baqarah, verse 30. Commentary says, Aka Mehdi Puya says, I just missed some, so it's ... Adam was created to represent Allah on the earth as his vicegerent. Surah Baqarah, verse 30. His stay in the place of bliss, not the paradise, was temporary. Adam was not a weak-willed being who even was not able to control himself when Shaitan lured him through his wife. And so his wife lured him. Certainly Allah would not choose such a weakling as his vicegerent, whom the angels had to accept as their superior. Surah Baqarah verse 31 and 32. Allah has created man in the best mold. Surah 10 verse 4. 10 verse 4. And on account of this superiority, he commanded. Look, even the commentary is wrong. And on account, so they want to make you believe that on account of this superiority, only that he was made of the best mold. You see the tragedy here, commentary here. Can I show you the commentary here? On account of this superiority, where is it? Suddenly Allah would not choose. Allah has created man in the best mold. This is from multilingual Quran. Allah has created man in the best mold. Surah 10. And on, sorry it has to be like this, I don't have a better computer. Account of his superiority, he commanded the angels to prostrate before Adam. Surah Baqarah verse 34. Here we are told Adam established his superiority over the angels when he displayed the knowledge of the names Allah taught him. Surah Baqarah 31. So I've put here ... I'm confused. Adam established his superiority over the angels when he displayed the knowledge of the names Allah taught to him. His superiority. But Allah has created man in the best mode. And on account of this superiority, he commanded the angels to prostrate before Adam. There's a contradiction, sorry. Do you see the contradiction here? I'm not here to deceive you or confuse you, please. Right? Please have a look at this, contemplate. I'm just taking something, eating something. Sorry. Just pause here. Hello, yeah. I have put ... here because I've kept it in my notes. Just the main things. So if you want to read the whole commentary of Aka Puya, Aka Mehdi Puya, like you can read it multilingual Quran, quran.al-islam.org. Okay, and you can read it under verse 115 of Surah Taha. Surah Taha. Now, you see, all this what I understand, but where I found the contention, where I found the contradiction. See, I'll get lost in this. What is not important. So you can see whether I'm cheating you, I'm not escaping, or just because I put the most important things here in my notes, that I would be cheating you. I'm not cheating you. Adam and his progeny were sent in this world to fulfill the covenant they made with Allah. For those who followed the guidance sent down by Allah, it was a blessing. But then even above this guidance will come the last of the Prophet for whom God has created this whole. Okay, I don't want to confuse you. Ibrahim was chosen as an Imam for the whole mankind when he passed the test. Surah Baqarah 124. Wait a minute. Adam established his superiority over the angels when he displayed the knowledge of the names Allah taught to him. Surah Baqarah, Ayat 31. Adam also passed the test. Therefore, the behavior of Adam should be understood in the light of the test after completion of which he was appointed as the vicegerent of Allah. Very like, okay, but, you know, and then it goes on to say that 40, verses 40 and 42 of Hijr. So now here, what else have I missed here? That regards this that I haven't understood, and you'll say, no, you are confusing us. Our Imams have understood and are explaining it, and you're saying that our Imams have misled us. Okay, first one is about Adam, advised not to approach the tree if he wanted to live in the blissfulness he was in. Otherwise, he would have to leave and go into the world to face its hardship and its tests and trials. Adam apparently chose the life of the world. See commentary of Baqarah 30 to 38, Surah Araf 11 to 25, Hijr 28 and 28 to 42, Bani Israel 61 to 65, and Kaf 50. All his needs and comforts had been provided for in the life of bliss Adam and Hawa were living in, but there is no mention of the heavenly bliss, the nearness and the pleasure of Allah, described as the greatest enjoyment in verse 15 of Al Imran and verse 72 of Barat. Shaitan had no idea of such a place. He only saw the comforts of the place Adam was inhabiting, and out of spite and vengeance decided to take him out from there and throw him in the land of test and trial, toil and hardship. Those who fail to understand the story of Adam should study the following facts to have a clear view. How this is also like Shaitan coming in that low bliss place. Okay. When he rejected the command of Allah, he rejected the Iman, the mercy, the knowledge highest to bow down to, at that higher place. Adam and his progeny were sent in this world to fulfill the covenant they made with Allah for those who followed the guidance, and then done by Allah it was a blessing. Adam was created to represent Allah on the earth as his vicegerent, Surah Baqarah 30. His stay in the his stay in the place of bliss was temporary. Adam was not a weak-willed being who even was not able to control himself when Shaitan lured him through his wife. What? So why didn't he control himself? Certainly Allah would not choose such a weakling as his vicegerent. Now they're blaming Adam. He chose to come on earth. It was his free will, and then whom the angels had to accept as their superior. Certainly Allah would not choose such a weakling as his vicegerent, whom the angels had to accept as their superior. Baqarah verse 31 and 32. Allah has created man in the best mold. Here, I put here in my notes to show you. And on account of this superiority, not only this, no, but they're saying here, on account of this superiority, he commanded the angels to prostrate before Adam. Is that true? Okay, I've already said it's not true. I've shown you through the Quran ayats, through the commentaries in Surah Baqarah, under the commentary section, in the verses, right? It's not true. Angels prostrate before Adam. And on account of this superiority, best mold, Surah 10, verse 4, he commanded the angels to prostrate before Adam. Contradiction. Surah Baqarah, see Surah Baqarah, verse 34. Abraham was chosen as an Imam for the whole mankind when he passed the test. Baqarah 124. Adam established his superiority over the angels when he displayed the knowledge of the names Allah taught to him. Baqarah verse 31. Adam established his superiority over the angels when he displayed the knowledge of the names Allah taught to him. Going back. What are we told here? Adam apparently chose the life of the world. He only saw the comforts of the place. Adam was a place of bliss, temporary. Where's that? Here it is. Deen. Allah has created man in the best mold. Surah Deen, verse 4. And on account of this superiority, oh my God, he commanded the angels to prostrate before Adam. And because, they'll say, Iblis said, I'm made of the fire and he's made of the clay, right? And so, oh yes, the angels were commanded because of what Iblis said. Oh my goodness, because of what Iblis said in the ayat. So Imams will go there and explain that to you, and you think I'm wrong. You see, Surah 10, ayat 4, and on account of this superiority, he commanded the angels to prostrate before Adam. That's why some verses have and when we said to the angels, make obeisance to Adam, they made obeisance. But Iblis did not, he refused. So we said, O Adam, this is an enemy to you and to your wife. Therefore let him not drive you both forth from the garden, so that you should be unhappy. But the shaitan made an evil suggestion to him. He said, oh Adam. No, okay. What is this ayat again? 115 from Surah Taha. And certainly we gave a commandment to Adam before, but he forgot, and we did not find in him any determination. Commentary now. Adam apparently chose the life of the world. Yes, all his needs and comforts had been, yes. And he only saw the comforts of the place. Shaitan. Adam is progeny. No, here. When Shaitan lured him through his wife, Adam was not a weakling. Okay. Excuse me. Certainly Allah would not choose such a weakling as his vicegerent, whom the angels had to accept as their superior. Surah Baqarah 31 and 32. Allah has created man in the best mold. Surah 10, 4, verse 4. And on account of this superiority, he commanded the angels to prostrate before Adam. But the Adam was created. Wait, let me see. Which verse? On account of this superiority, he commanded the angels to prostrate before Adam. And on account of this superiority, he commanded the angels to prostrate before Adam. Surah Baqarah, verse 34. There is a surah it's not in, Surah Baqarah, oh God. Surah Baqarah, verse 34. What made you, when I created man from my two hands. But is it Surah Baqarah? Let's see. So, going to Surah Baqarah, verse 34. And mention when we said to the angels, prostrate before Adam. So they prostrated except for Iblis. He refused and was arrogant and became of the disbelievers. 34, 35. And we said, O Adam, dwell you and your wife in paradise. 30, what's this? 34, Surah Baqarah, verse 34. O Adam, tell them their names. When he had told them, Allah said, did I not tell you that I know the secrets of the heavens? So they were here, the angels were saying, why are you creating a vicegerent who will kill? So they did not bow down, and he taught Adam names. I'll go slow again. Let's see if I'm missing the point or what. We have been deceived or misled. And he taught Adam the names of all things. Then he placed them before the angels. Said, tell me the names of these if you are right. They said, exalted are you. Behold, thy Lord said to the angels, I will create a vicegerent on earth. They said, wilt thou place therein one who will make mischief therein and shed blood? Whilst we do celebrate thy praises and glorify thy holy name, he said, I know what you know not. And he taught Adam the names, all of them. Then he showed them to the angels and said, inform me of the names of these, if you are truthful. They said, exalted are you. We have no knowledge except what you have taught us. Indeed, it is you who is knowing the wise. 33 verse now reading. About to read. He said, O Adam, inform them of their names. And when he had informed them of their names, he said, did I not tell you that I know the unseen of the heavens and the earth? And I know that what you reveal and what you have concealed. 34 of Surah Baqarah. And mention, so now it goes, and mention when we said to the angels, prostrate before Adam. So they prostrated, except for Iblis. He refused and was arrogant. And we said, Adam, dwell. So does this say? And when we said to the angels, prostrate to Adam, so they prostrated. So they prostrated. Okay, remember 34? Now we have to go to a verse which I will search. What made you not prostrate? What made you not prostrate? Okay, here are the verses, Surah Sa'ad. I'll start from verse 71. This is 38th chapter of the Quran. So mention when your Lord said to the angels, indeed I am going to create a human being from clay. Here it says like that, the Ayats. 72. So when I have proportioned him, shaped him, and breathed into him. So when I have proportioned him and breathed into him of my created soul, or spirit or soul, my spirit, then fall down to him in prostration. Not just the clay. About the clay, only Shaitan goes about saying, you created him of clay, you created me of fire. Or I'm created of fire. When I have fashioned him in due proportion and breathed into him of my spirit, fall you down in obeisance unto him. No one, Imams have really given you the shaitan side. Verse 73, so the angels prostrated, all of them entirely. Yes, here we are told that God is informing. It's like someone has put these ayats and they don't know really. Even the Imams don't know how to explain this. Assembly angels, when they were disputing the creation, I had no knowledge of the exalted assembly. Wait a minute, 69. I will start from even earlier. From which you turn away. Say, there is a supreme above all, the Lord of the heavens and the earth, all between. Wait a minute. Lord of the heavens and the earth. Say, it is great news from which you turn away. Just reading the ayats from Surah Sad, chapter 38 of the Quran. I had no knowledge of the exalted assembly of angels. Exalted assembly of angels. No knowledge have I of the chiefs on high when they discuss matters among themselves. Yusuf Ali translation. Or Sahih International, Exalted Assembly.
كان لي من علم بالملأ
Of the chiefs,
الأعلى
the exalted,
إذ
when
يختصمون.
they were disputing. Allah used exalted for himself and exalted. No knowledge have I of the chiefs on high when they discuss matters among themselves. Exalted. It has not been revealed to me except that I am a clear warner. 70. Verse 71. So mention when your Lord said to the angels, indeed, I am going to create a human being from clay. So 72. So when, for itha, when I have fashioned him in due proportion and breathed into him of my spirit, see,
فإذا
فإذا, so when
سويته
I have proportioned him
ونفخت
and breathed
من فيه
into him
من
of
روحي
my spirit,
فقعوا
then fall down
له
to him
ساجدين.
in prostrating. So 73. So what I mean to say is that it's not only the clay here, it's also that conditions when I have proportioned him and breathed into him my created soul, then fall down to him. Here it says like this. There it says I taught the names, but there it doesn't. But here it says, then fall down to him in prostration. So when I have proportioned him and breathed into him of my created soul, the whole man has been created now. Not just clay, not just the best mold. Surah 3, verse 4. So when I have proportioned him and breathed, yes, man is created. Then fall down and breathed in him my created soul, then fall down to him in prostration. Here it says, then fall down, yes. But when he was taught these names and everything, no. Because there in the ayat it says, remember, this something, like not because of this they fell, but that they told Allah we didn't have much knowledge. The angels to appease the angels, calm them down. He tells them what my Khalifa what it has. He knows. Tell them what you know. But in a way, it's true that not only the clay, but he was fashioned in due proportion, breathed into him my spirit. Fall you down in obeisance unto him. So the angels prostrated, all of them entirely together, except Iblis. He was arrogant and became among the disbelievers. Allah said, O Iblis, what prevented you from prostrating to that which I created with my hands? What prevented you?
منعك تسجد لما خلقت
I created
بيدي
biyadaya with my hands.
أستكبرت
Are you arrogant? Or
أم
are you
كنت
of
من
the
العالين
exalted ones?
العالين
Harleen. Then Iblis goes on to say in verse 76, he said, I'm better than him. You created me from fire and created him from clay. Teen.
طين
Teen. See? Teen is clay. Sorry, teen is clay. Surah Teen. It is clay, not fig. Or fig. But here it says teen of clay. Allah said, then get out of it. Paradise. For indeed you are expelled, and the curse is on you. And indeed upon you is my curse.
لعنتي
La'nati. And indeed upon you is my curse. So Shia say right. You can say la'in. Rajim and la'in. Rejected and accursed. Cursed. And indeed upon you is my curse until the day of recompense. Verse 78 of Surah Sa'ad, 38th chapter of the Quran, 38, 79 verse now. He said, my Lord, then reprieve me until the day they are resurrected. Allah said, so indeed you are of those reprieved. 81 until the time of well-known. Iblis said, by your might I will surely mislead them all. 82 except among them your chosen servants. Mukhlasi. So then by thy power I will put them in wrong. Except for your chosen servants. Allah said, the truth is my oath, and the truth I say, that I will surely fill hell with you and those of them that follow you altogether. 86. Say, O Muhammad, I do not ask you for it any payment, and I am not of the pretentious. It is but a reminder to the worlds, and you will surely know the truth of its information after a time. Next surah. So this is 88, end of Surah Sa'ad, the last verse of this surah. Now, it is, yes, that whatever the ayat say, that it is the best mold, but he also fashioned him and breathed into him his spirit, that Allah said. And what that thing consists of, that so Adam, however, in that high place knew these names, knew the Panjatan Pak names, not when he came down and he was taught these names. So, right? And it is not only because of the deen, but it is because of his spirit. Admonition. And he fashioned it, and he breathed into it his spirit, and he told, he didn't tell Shaitan that I created him of deen. No. See, O Muhammad, I only warn, there's no deity except Allah, the one, the prevailing, Lord of the heavens and the earth, okay, perpetual forgiver. Say it's great news from which you turn away. I had no knowledge of the exalted assembly, angels, when they were disputing the creation of Adam. Exalted assembly, exalted be Allah, exalted is Allah, like they say. Exalted assembly, the same word is used.
علم بالملأ الأعلى
Al-Ala,
بالملأ
of the chiefs,
الأعلى
the exalted,
إذ
when they were
يختصمون.
disputing. I had no knowledge of the exalted assembly of angels when they were disputing the creation of Adam. There too a dispute has started. Another point to be noted. It has not been revealed to me except that I am a clear warner. Only this has been revealed to me, that I am to give warning plainly and publicly. 71 verse now, reading. So mention when your Lord said to the angels, indeed I am going to create a human being from clay. Deen.
طين.
Okay? 72. Surah Sad. So when I have proportioned him, shaped him, fashioned him, Yusuf Ali fashioned him in due proportion and breathed into him of my soul created. In brackets it says Sahih International. Of my spirit, Yusuf Ali, English translation. Breathe into him of my spirit. Fall you down in obeisance unto him. So when, فإذا, so when
سويته
I have proportioned him
ونفخت
and breathed,
من فيه
into him, made a mistake when, just skip this, into him,
من
of
روحي
my spirit,
فقعوا
then fall down
له
to him,
ساجدين.
prostrating. So the angels prostrated, all of them entirely, all of them together, except Iblis. He was arrogant and became among the disbelievers.
إلا إبليس استكبر.
And those who reject, okay, he became one of those who reject faith. 75, reading, Allah said, O Iblis, what prevented you from prostrating to that which I created with my hands? Not from out of clay, but with,
تسجد
you should prostrate to
لما
one whom,
خلقت
this one is, I created, خلقت,
بيدي
with my hands. Also this, they don't explain.
أستكبرت.
Are you arrogant? Maybe they've, God knows. Maybe the commentary under this, verse 76, he said, I'm better than him. You created me from fire and created him from clay. Teen. You created me from fire. I'm better than him. Thou createst me from fire, and him thou createst from clay. Such an exalted place, noteworthy, that Iblis would even disobey Allah. Be there to disobey Allah. So if he's disobeying Allah and going, then he can go and seduce. He's at such a high, exalted place. Exalted, Allah. We say Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, Allah. Exalted is Allah. Such a high place. He's rejecting. I really don't understand this. Allah said, then get out. So I would say that not only the clay, but he's saying with my two hands I created might and power, whatever. But he uses my hands here, or I'm not really, it symbolizes maybe might and power. You could see the commentary in multilingual Quran. So it's not that, now back to this, right? Just to cut short now myself. Back to my notes. Oops, no. Adam was created to represent Allah on the earth as his vicegerent. No. Allah has created man in the best mode, and on account of this superiority, he commanded the angels to prostrate before him, before Adam. No. See Surah Sad verses. When I have fashioned him in proportion and have breathed into him my spirit, then fall you down in prostration. Adam established his superiority over the angels when he displayed the knowledge of the names Allah taught to him. So this was at that high place, right? Before Iblis came and whispered into him, seduced his wife, we are told, and thus went to his wife, and his wife seduced him. Adam also passed the test. Therefore, the behavior of Adam should be understood in the light of the test after completion of which he was appointed, after completion of which he was appointed as the vicegerent of Allah. This I really don't understand. Okay, so I'll skip. No question of Shaitan misleading Adam after he was selected as the vicegerent of Allah, that we understand. Because in the garden he was not, it wasn't taking effect in the garden, right? And as it wasn't that he was chosen as a vicegerent of Allah for earth. And he was kept in this place, in a garden where he had everything. So I don't know why this. And then Imam Reza has pointed out why the fall and all this. Why Shaitan managed to seduce him. I don't know. So as Imam Ali bin Musa Reza has pointed out, these events of test and trial took place in the place of bliss, where Adam was not yet aware of the names, therefore was not yet chosen as the vicegerent of Allah. Look, in the majlises we are told, and even in the Quran ayats, that these names were first given to the angels, so they also, when they were saying that you, to Allah, that you're going to create a vicegerent for earth who is going to, on earth spill blood and mischief, spread mischief, corruption. So he said, Allah said to them, I know what you don't know, right? And then Allah told Adam to tell them, this is an exalted place before Shaitan even, right? Before they were asked to bow down even. So he knew the names. And then he says he forgot the warning. Then when he came down, so you see, this is not right that he was not aware of the names. Therefore was not yet chosen as the vicegerent of Allah. This means that once you become aware of the names, you immediately become the vicegerent of Allah. That's not so. He was chosen for earth, so it takes effect when he comes to earth, his vicegerency. It's not that he was not aware of the names, therefore was not yet chosen as the vicegerent of Allah. He was chosen as the vicegerent of Allah, but his authority would take effect as the vicegerent of Allah when he is sent on earth, when he falls on earth, falls down from that high place. So now, excuse me. Yes, so now I showed you that at that exalted place, there's an ayat, Surah 2 in Surah Baqarah, verse 33. A long commentary is given under the verses. So I've chosen this part. It becomes a logical conclusion that since Allah willed these 5 lights of glory to be manifested through Adam, he had been appointed as the Khalifa of Allah. And through these lights, Allah's light had been destined to be manifested. As Allah is aware of all the unseen in the universe, he knew the angels secretly thought themselves more deserving than Adam to be chosen as Allah's Khalifa. After seeing the glory of the 5 lights endowed in the seed of Adam, in a way he's blaming the angels to be what? Secretly thought themselves more deserving. Even angels are not, uh, exempt from sin. In an exalted assembly, angels so near to Allah, secretly they were all jealous. They wanted this Khalifa. He knew that the angels secretly thought themselves more deserving than Adam to be chosen as Allah's Khalifa. So they had this competition, jealousy, envy. After seeing the glory of the 5 lights endowed in the seed of Adam, they accepted their ignorance and submitted to Allah's decision. So my thing is, satisfied with the proof of the absolute wisdom and mercy of Allah, the angels prostrated themselves before Adam. Here we are told under verse 34 of Surah Baqarah again. And behold, we said to the angels, bow down to Adam, and they bowed down. Remember, Surah Sa'ad, we are told something else. Here we are told that the names were told. These names. And now what we are told in the commentary under verse 34 of Surah Baqarah is satisfied with the proof of the absolute wisdom and mercy of Allah. The angels prostrated themselves before Adam as ordered by Allah and acknowledged the superiority of the Khalifa of Allah. Not because of teen, clay. But what are we told here? If we go to, let's say if we go to multilingual Quran, we go to Surah Baqarah, right? Surah Baqarah, verse 34. Did I tell you under verse 30 also of Surah Baqarah? There's a long commentary, very, very long. It explains Khalifa and addition to that, Adam. This is aspect of each beings in the arc of ascent. First which proceeds from the absolute arc of descent, nafs, is the corresponding reflection. Ruh, according to the Quran and the Holy Prophets, saying, okay, what is this? The arc of descent, and the nafs with no prior existence. The Ruh never joins the matter. And he taught Adam all the names, then presented them to the angels. Then he said, verse 31 is put like this here. So the long aradahum, named ones. Thus the existence of beings of high status has been established. Thus the existence of the beings of the high status has been established. Due to the affinity between Adam and these highest beings, Aleen, he was capable to function as the medium of their manifestation. He was capable to function as a medium. Adam was chosen for whose manifestation in the arc of ascent, Adam was chosen. Till then the names of the highest beings along with the insight and vision of their realities, their latent qualities and inherent endowments were unknown to the angels. Unknown to the angels. Please see commentary in multilingual Quran, quran.al-islam.org, under 31 verse Surah Baqarah. 31 verse of Surah Baqarah. So he was taught these names. Okay? According to verse 75 of Sa'd, Surah Sa'd, Allah has created Adam with his two hands, matter and spirit, which gives man the distinctive power of expression, termed as bayan by the Quran. This expressive power is related to his vicegerency, because the vicegerent, as a representative of the principle, gives expression to his will and command. The higher the ability of recipiency and reflective power, the greater will be the scope and canvas of representation. It is on the basis that all the messengers and prophets of Allah will be standing under the standard of the Holy Prophet, which will be in the hand of Ali on the day of resurrection. The names Adam learned from Allah were not in the knowledge of the angels. This is at a higher place, not in the garden of bliss. This is before that. The names Adam learned from Allah were not in the knowledge of the angels, because these names did not refer to the phenomena known to them. The hum of aradahum does not refer to the names but to the named, and as a plural term cannot be used for Allah. Therefore it cancels the possibility of interpreting these names as the names of Allah. When reference is made in Arabic to several objects of inanimate nature, a singular feminine pronoun is used. But when the objects are conscious beings, a plural masculine pronoun is used, as done here through aradahum, to point out the named ones. Okay, tilka and the singular feminine. Here the person, it's all about grammar now, Arabic grammar. Knowledge of those names entitled Adam to the vicegerency of Allah. So see, again, you might be questioning me, Shias, that I've jumped the gun. And maybe before the bowing down, how could Adam know of these names? If he knew of these names, then he could have used it to be protected in the place of bliss. But that's not what Imam Reza says. Imam Reza says he didn't know this. He wasn't aware of it. And he taught Adam all the names, then presented them to the angels. Then he said, "Tell me the names of those if you are right." Verse 31. You can read this whole commentary that I've read earlier. I might go back to the commentary under verse 31 of Surah Baqarah. See, Shakir then translator, verse 32 of Surah Baqarah. They said, "Glory be to thee. We have no knowledge but that which thou hast taught us. Surely thou art the knowing, the wise." 33. He said, "O Adam, inform them of their names." Then when he had informed them of their names, he said, "Did I not say to you that surely know what is ghaib in the heavens and the earth? Know what you manifest, what you hide." Though through Adam the angels became acquainted with the glory of the glorious beings. I've already read this, even the commentary. 34. And when he said to the angels, "Make obeisance to Adam," they did obeisance. But Iblis, he refused. Satisfied? You see. Now the commentary goes that Allah had so much satisfied the angels, not only that in Surah Sad Ayats, that I made him of clay, that I breathed, then I fashioned him into a proportion, the clay, with my own two hands. And I breathed, before that, I breathed into him. He tells us, no, sorry. I fashioned him, and then he tells Iblis that, I made him with my two hands. What made you not bow to him? But before that, he says, I fashioned him, and I breathed into him my spirit. And thus the angels bowed down to Adam. But here in Surah 2, Baqarah, verse 34, we are told, and when he said to the angels, this could take us to that Surah Sad ayat, when we have, I've made this man of clay and fashioned, and then bow down to him. And when he said to the angels, "Make obeisance to Adam," they did obeisance. But Iblis did not. He refused, and he was proud, and he was one of the unbelievers. Commentary. Buya Ali commentary under this verse 34 of Surah Baqarah. Satisfied with the proof of the absolute wisdom and mercy of Allah, the angels prostrated themselves before Adam. So please take these verses, take these verses and take the Surah Sad verses. It can't be that Adam came down as a vicegerent and then God sent angels here to make them know about these names. And then it says what? because the commentary also says here, however, the translation is strange. It begins with, and when we said to the angels, not and then we said to the angels, make obeisance to Adam, they did. But the Shia commentary here says, satisfied with the proof of the absolute wisdom and mercy of Allah, the angels prostrated themselves. Meaning at that time also God gave angels the names, asked Adam, through Adam they found out the names. Satisfied with the proof of the absolute wisdom and mercy of Allah, the angels prostrated themselves before Adam, as ordered by Allah, and acknowledged. So here we are told they acknowledge the superiority of the Khalifa of Allah, because angels, Adam had here in the previous verse, he said, O Adam, inform them of their names. Then 33 verse, inform them of their names, inform the angels of their names. What did the angels say before that? 31. And Allah taught Adam all the names. Then there is no becoming change in the angelic sphere. Angels are obedient beings. There's no becoming change in the angelic sphere. Each of them has a fixed status to carry out a particular function. Man, on the other hand, made of matter, endured with vast potentialities and scope for progress, development. Okay, I'm getting confused now. Too much. And he taught Adam all the names, then presented them to the angels. Then he said, tell me the names of those if you are right. The angels said, glory be to you. They said, glory be to thee, we have no knowledge but that which thou hast taught us. Verse 32, surely thou art the knowing, the wise. Okay, finish verse 32. So we go, look how the angels asked in Surah Baqarah. Let's see how we are told. So all these names were given to Adam. And when your Lord said to the angels, I'm going to place in the earth a caliph. They said, what wilt thou place in it such as shall make mischief in it and shed blood? And we celebrate thy praise and extol thy holiness. He said, surely I know what you do not know. It can't be when Adam was was falling. It can't be at that place. It has to be before the sajda, the prostration. Surely, and when your Lord said to the angels, I'm going to place in the earth a caliph. They said, what? So here we are told in this Baqarah verses, Surah Baqarah verses of the Quran, that God had also informed them and made them completely satisfied. He told Adam to tell them, these angels, the names. And there's a long nafs and commentary here under verse 30 of Surah Baqarah. Please, I have to get to my... and he taught Adam all the names. So in Saad we are told, so there's a conflict here that I can see and I cannot keep explaining properly perhaps. And then the Shias will say, are you sure? And he taught Adam all the names, then presented them to the angels. Then he said, so this also happened at that high exalted place. Are you sure? I'm getting it from the verses, both from Surah Sad and here. So if you want to confuse me like Imam Reza did, and the commentaries are doing, but coming here, even the commentaries said here, angels are obedient beings, there's no becoming change. Wait, and he taught Adam all the names and presented them to the angels. Then he said, tell me the names of those if you are right. Verse 32, they said, glory be to thee, we have no knowledge but that which thou hast taught us. Surely thou art the knowing, the wise. 33, then he said, O Adam, inform them. So look at verse 31. He taught Adam all the names, then presented them to the angels. Presented them to the angels. Now Allah is presenting them to the angels. Then Allah said, tell me the names of those if you are right. Angels still don't get, they said, glory be to thee, we have no knowledge but that which thou hast taught us. Surely thou art knowing, the wise. Then he presented them, but it seemed that they were saying, glory be to thee, we have no knowledge. Maybe we can, I don't know. 33, it's not clear, it's obscure. Verse 33 of Surah Baqarah. He said, O Adam, inform them of their names. Then, when he, Adam, had informed them of their names, he said, did I not say to you that I surely know what is ghaib, what is hidden in the heavens and the earth, and that know what you manifest and what you hide, what is unseen, ghaib, what is unseen in the heavens and the earth. So I finished this verse like manifest and what you hide. Through Adam, the angels became acquainted with the glory of the glorious beings. So even when God was presenting it to them, they said, we have no knowledge of this until Allah told Adam to inform them their names. So Adam knew in this high place. So again, if you go, so this was Muhammad, Ali, Fatima, Hassan, Hussein. O angels, it is in love for these five that I have created the universe. He's also telling them at that exalted place. It becomes a logical conclusion that since Allah willed these five lights of glory to be manifested through Adam, through Adam, or is it Khalifa, or late, manifested through Adam, he had been appointed as the Khalifa of Allah. And through it becomes a logical conclusion that since Allah willed these five lights of glory to be manifested through Adam, he had been appointed as the Khalifa of Allah. And through these lights, Allah's light had been destined to be manifested. As Allah is aware of all the unseen in the universe, he knew that the angels secretly thought themselves more deserving than Adam to be chosen as Allah's Khalifa. After seeing the glory of the five lights endowed in the seed of Adam, they accepted their ignorance and submitted to Allah's decision. And when he said to the angels, make obeisance to Adam, they did obeisance. But this, so coming back to the notes here, satisfied with the proof, yeah. So what does Imam, someone may have asked him, this is a red one. It is something as Imam Ali bin Musa Reza has pointed out. these events of test and trial when Shaitan seduced Eve and thus seduced Adam took place in the place of bliss where Adam was not yet aware of the names. Where Adam was one of them, so there was no question of Shaitan misleading Adam. Imam makes a mistake here. Do you see this mistake here? After I've read all the verses, like this naming of 5, Adam was told to tell the angels at a high place who have been freed from the taint of evil and purified, and Adam was one of them. So there was no question of Shaitan misleading Adam after he was selected as the vicegerent of Allah. As Imam Ali bin Musa al-Rida has pointed out, these events of test and trial took place in the place of bliss, where Adam was not yet aware of the names. Therefore was not yet chosen as the vicegerent of Allah. He was chosen as the vicegerent of Allah, but his vicegerency would take effect when he comes to earth, when Allah wills it to take. But here, they're saying that in the garden of bliss, where Shaitan came, seduced Adam, misleading Adam, he didn't know the names. Thus he was misled. Not yet aware of the names, therefore was not yet chosen as the vicegerent of Allah. Shias, I want you to see this. I don't want you to blame an innocent being for the confusion here. See, Surah Baqarah 31. It already says here in the commentary under verse 115, Surah Taha, right? So Akapuya says, Allah has created man in the best mode. Yes. On account of this they have to say this here. On account of this superiority, he commanded the angels to prostrate before Adam. Because you know why? Now this verse has come down in Surah Taha to explain to them. Maybe someone is asking them, right, this verse. But he forgot, and we found on his part no firm resolve. We had already beforehand taken the covenant of Adam. But he forgot, and we found on his part no firm resolve. Now they're explaining they're caught. I'm saying something fishy is happening here. You see here, Surah Baqarah, Allah has created man in the best mold, and on account of this superiority, he commanded the angels to prostrate before Adam. They have to say this. Adam established his superiority over the angels when he displayed the knowledge of the names Allah taught to him. Adam also passed the test, but they also say that Adam established his superiority over the angels when he displayed the knowledge of the names Allah taught to him at that high place. Okay? then Adam also passed the test. Therefore, the behavior of Adam should be understood in the light of the test after completion, of which he was appointed as the vicegerent of Allah. At that time, he was appointed, you see, as the vicegerent of Allah. But here, Imam al-Reza says, therefore was not yet chosen. To choose someone and to appoint someone is different. Two different things. Same thing. Vicegerency is there. He wasn't as yet appointed as the vicegerent of Allah on earth. His vicegerency had not yet taken effect, but he was certainly chosen by the ayats I've been repeating in Surah Baqarah. Right? As Imam Ali says wrong then. That's why this is a warning. This is danger. This is contradictory to what is being said here. Adam established already his superiority over the angels when he displayed the knowledge of the names Allah taught to him. Surah Baqarah, ayat 31. See, after completion of which he was appointed as a vicegerent of Allah is different. He passed the test. But here, where does it start? Shaitan has no authority over those servants of Allah who have been freed from the taint of evil and purified. And Adam was one of them. So there was no question of Shaitan misleading Adam after he was selected as the vicegerent of Allah. Appointed or selected, he was selected long time ago, but the vicegerent, okay, whatever, selected, he was chosen. But you can't say chosen as the vicegerent of Allah. Adam, after he was, no. Selected is a wrong word used. Chosen. When he was appointed is a different matter. Different matter. As Imam Ali bin Musa Reza has pointed out, these events, meaning Shaitan misleading Adam, in that place, took place in the place of bliss. Test and trial took place in the place of bliss where Adam was not yet aware of the names. How do you put it? No, wrong. Can't be, because the eyes say otherwise. Adam was aware of the names in that high place before being misled and seduced by Shaitan. See how they are misleading you. See how Imam al-Rida is misleading. The saying of Imam al-Rida has pointed out these events of test and trial took place in the place of bliss where Adam was not aware of the names, therefore was not yet chosen as the vicegerent of Allah. So, where do we go? We go here, Surah Baqarah 32 again, if you don't believe me, that Imam Reza here has made a mistake. Doesn't know what he's saying. And he's saying against the Quran ayats. Adam was aware of the names before the trial and test took place, where Satan seduced him, misleading Adam. And he was chosen as the vicegerent. Even God told the angels on high that I'm going to make this vicegerent of mine for earth. Surah Baqarah again, I think. Or, yeah, Surah Baqarah, I think. Right? So, but here I'll start from verse 32. Surah Baqarah. They said, Glory to thee, of knowledge we have none. So that must be verse 30 or something. They said, Glory to thee, of knowledge we have none, save what thou hast taught us. In truth, it is thou who art perfect in knowledge and wisdom. So what happens here? He said, O Adam, tell them their names. He says, O Adam, tell them their names. Allah said, O Adam, tell the angels their names. When he had told them, when Adam had told the angels, Allah said, Did I not tell you that I know the secrets? This is not important. What does Buya Ali commentary say of verse 33 of Surah Baqarah? Or Buya Ali commentary. Through Adam, the angels became acquainted with the glory of the glorious beings. When Adam, at the command of Allah, stated the names, qualities, and symbols of those highest beings whose collective and comprehensive status can be termed as wisdom, personified, the angels witnessed the glory of the infinite power and wisdom of the Lord that could. Angels with what? The angels witnessed the glory of the infinite power and wisdom of the Lord that could create such perfect beings of the highest caliber in substance as well as in style, like of whom they did not know till then, like of whom they did not know till then. In Dur Manthur, Jalaluddin Sayyuti says that the Holy Prophet had said, the objects shown to the angels were 5 lights. Sorry, it's moving. My hand is tied. Like it does shake a little bit. I don't have a stand for this. I'm holding it in my hand. Were 5 lights. Allah informed the angels pointing to each of the lights respectively. So Jalaluddin Sayyuti has recorded. Number 1, this is Muhammad. Number 2, this is Ali, the height and all this. I've already read this, right? I just want you to see if you can see this. O angels, it is in love of these 5 that I have created the universe. But what is the thing? What is the issue here I have? That I've been doing this video now for 2 hours? That Adam knew the names. And Imam Reza's saying is wrong there. And that it wasn't only teen that Allah made the angels bow to. But in Surah Saad, I also showed you, He fashioned it, when He fashioned it, and He breathed into it His Spirit. That those 3 conditions were met, then the angels bowed to Adam. it becomes a logical conclusion that since Allah willed these 5 lights of glory to be manifested through Adam, he had been appointed as the Khalifa of Allah, appointed. And through these lights, Allah's may be chosen, appointed. Now the effect will take place later on when he comes to earth. And through these lights, Allah's light had been destined to be manifested. This means Adam already was told in this area before they bowed to him, before the angels bowed to him. This means he did have knowledge of these names when he went into the garden of bliss, when Allah put him in the garden of bliss, where Satan came and seduced him or his wife, and then his wife seduced Adam, her husband. He already knew these names. As Allah is aware of all the unseen in the universe, he knew that the angels secretly thought themselves more deserving than Adam to be chosen as Allah's Khalifa. So that means that the angels were actually lying and saying, you're going to send Adam, they will kill each other and this and that. After seeing the glory of the 5 lights endowed in the seed of Adam, they accepted their ignorance and submitted to Allah's decision. What was Allah's decision? That I am to send this Khalifa, I've made this Khalifa for earth. Right? Not the bowing now. Okay, leave even the bowing that I have made. Okay, he's informing the angels now, but on a high place. So you cannot just say, even if it is not for the bowing, right? But Adam, my contention is that he was taught these names on high before even telling them to bow down to him. Bow down to Adam, telling the angels, before Allah was telling the angels, and behold, we said to the angels, bow down to Adam, and they bowed down. So, before, then and then, so satisfied with the proof of the absolute wisdom. Please read all this surah, go through it. Surah Baqarah verse 34. Go through Surah Saad verses also. Whatever the contention was now, whether they bowed for this, but that we are told here they were fully satisfied with this information that the Khalifa has been made by Allah for earth. And the angels are also, point to be noted, jealous, kind of, wanting, envious of this. Envious themselves. The angels then, so we are told fully satisfied of the answer they were given, and they were envious. Oh, we wish, maybe not in a bad, jealous way, but in a very competitive, secretly jealous. So I wonder, we said to the angels, bow down to Adam, and they bowed down. Satisfied with the proof of the absolute wisdom and mercy of Allah, the angels prostrated themselves before Adam. So this is before the prostration of Adam. Before the angels prostrated to Adam, by one created being, in order to pay homage and accept superiority. Okay, sajda, what is, this is, so, O angels, it is. So it becomes a logical conclusion then, since Allah willed 5 lights, unseen, absolute, deserving than Adam to be chosen as Allah's Khalifa, he knew that the angels secretly thought themselves more deserving than Adam to be chosen as Allah's Khalifa. After seeing the glory of the 5 lights, and not only the lights, but the names were, so they even saw the light and shown and told the names through Adam. Endowed in the seed of Adam, they accepted their ignorance and submitted to Allah's decision. That, okay, now you can send, oh, I see now why you are sent. You've made a Khalifa to be sent to earth, right? Okay? So if you're going to tell me, no, Zara, that the bowing down, you're wrong. It was for the teen, for the clay. But even then you fail, you see. Forget about the bowing down. Adam already was told. He said, Allah said, verse 33 of Surah Baqarah. Allah said, O Adam. He said it's written, but I'm just, for the sake of explaining clearly, angels, not on earth, in a high exalted place of assembly, as we are told in Surah Sa'ad. He said, O Adam, tell them their names. Allah said, O Adam, tell them, angels, their names. When he had told them, for Imam Reza, it's Muhammad Ali Fatima Hassan Hussein. O Adam, tell them their names. When he had told them, Allah said, did I not tell you that I know the secrets? When Adam told them, this is enough, right? When Adam told them, the angels. When Adam told the angels, them. What has Imam al-Rida said under Surah commentary given? We had already beforehand taken the covenant of Adam, but he forgot. Oh God. And we found on his part no firm result. What are they trying to hide here? First they're saying it's for clay only. The angels prostrate before Adam. Then they're saying Adam established his superiority over the angels when he displayed the knowledge of the names. Already this has been said in Surah, and under the commentary and reference Surah Baqarah verse 31, Allah taught to him names, knowledge of the names. When he displayed the knowledge of the names, Allah taught to him. When he displayed the knowledge of the names, Allah taught to him. Surah Baqarah verse 31. Anything? You say just the light and not the names. And what else is here? Okay, wait. I can't see a full stop. And Adam was one of them. It has no authority. Shaitan has no authority over those servants of Allah who have been freed from the taint of evil and purified. And Adam was one of them. So there was no question of Shaitan misleading Adam. No question of Shaitan misleading Adam after he was selected as the vicegerent of Allah. Imam, as Imam Ali bin Musa Rida has pointed out, these events of test and trial took place in the place of bliss where Adam was not yet aware of the names. Therefore, Yani Muhammad Ali Fatima Hassan Hussain, therefore was not yet chosen as the vicegerent of Allah. Wrong. He was chosen as the vicegerent. The effect would take place when he comes on earth, his vicegerency. It will be effective when he comes on earth. And he was also given the names before this misleading of Shaitan took place. Please look at this surah. Look at Imam al-Rida. Read this whole thing. See who has misled you, who has made a mistake. Surah 20, Taha, verse 115. We had already beforehand taken the covenant of Adam, but he forgot. And we found on his part no firm resolve. So Satan could come, mislead him. Remember, when he knows, Shaitan remembers to mislead Adam, knows where to reach him. He has some connection. He can smell Shaitan. He can smell Adam and Eve. And Adam is completely oblivious. They can see us from a place, these devils, where we cannot see them from. But this great thing God has created, and they're going to lead us. And since misleading Shaitan here, the point would be misleading by Shaitan Adam when Adam knew the names. Now we ask ourselves, when he knew the names and still he couldn't be saved, because there's a point put forth here. Very good point by Imam Ali bin Reza. See, if he had known the names, if he was even aware of the names, then this would not have taken place. Then he would have been therefore was not yet chosen as the vicegerent of Allah. So if he knew these names, then he would be chosen as the vicegerent of Allah. Because somewhere we are told then that all this was due to Prophet Muhammad. In the commentary section where I've missed out, because these were angels, it is in love of these five that I've created the universe. It becomes a logical conclusion that says Allah will these five lights, glory be to manifest through Adam. He had been appointed. See, it becomes a logical conclusion that since Allah willed these five lights of glory to be manifested through Adam, he had been appointed as the Khalifa of Allah. Because of this light, five names also. And through these lights, Allah's light had been destined to be manifested later on. When we come to Prophet Muhammad. Okay, so I've missed some commentary section. Verse 30 of Surah Baqarah again. Behold, thy Lord said to the angels, I will create a vicegerent on earth. They said, wilt thou place therein one who will make mischief therein and shed blood? Whilst we do celebrate thy praises and glorify thy holy name. In bracket. He said, I know what you know not. So now it's a long commentary here. I'm going down where it says here, the Holy Prophet was the perfecter of Adam's mission of Khalifatullah on earth and the executor of the final will of the Lord of the worlds. Therefore, his Khalifa was also chosen and appointed by Allah to carry out the responsibilities of the divine office. It's an open declaration to his will and it. Likewise, the successor of the Holy Prophet could neither be chosen. Wait a minute, this is about Sunni Shia. You know why you should take Ali. The Essentials of Readers, Quran, page 1. No, the commentary of the verse 2 of this surah makes it clear that Ali ibn Abu Talib was the true vicegerent of Allah, appointed by Allah and His Holy Prophet. It was the will and command of Allah which the Holy Prophet had carried out. Qadirahum, whatever it is. So, this vicegerency, Adam. What is Adam? What is Jinn? What is Prophet? What is all this in the commentary section? You can see what are angels. While talking about the creation of Adam, the appearance of visible form matter in the arc of ascent must be reviewed. Matter in its primitive mode of being carries the potentiality to develop into various forms: minerals, vegetables, animals, and human beings. The capability of matter to give form to different species is determined by the unlike in nature potency of its elements or components. Earth and all this, you can see what the development in the arc of ascent was gradual. The graduality in time is motion. So I'm wanting to see what, according to the following verses of the Quran, man is made of the finest essence of matter. And all this, so it grows by stages. And what is Ruh, according to the Quran and the Holy Prophet saying, refers to that which proceeds from the Absolute through the arc of descent. And it explains in spirit. So Ruh exists, and he taught Adam the names. Angels are obedient beings. There's no becoming. And so Adam learned from Allah were not the knowledge of angels, because these names did not refer to the phenomena known to them, the hum of Arad, the hum. Okay? Until then, the names of highest beings, along with the insight and vision of their realities, their latent qualities and inherent endowments, were unknown to the angels. Meaning Muhammad Ali, Fatima, Hassan, Hussein. And I've read this and I can forget. As Allah is aware of all the unseen in the universe, Adam to be chosen as Allah's Khalifa after seeing the glory of the five lights endured in the seed of Adam, angels accepted. They accepted their ignorance. Okay, and what are the proof of the absolute mercy? So you know what I mean is that the main point here was that the names of these five were given. Then later on I can come back and what are these five? But sorry, it fails. I don't know. I don't promise anything. I just want to show you where Imam Reza is saying is wrong. And so we come back to the part where Iblis became Satan and went into the garden where Adam and Eve were dwelling and seduced them. So, okay, here is the verse. Then learned Adam from his Lord was. So even after this seduction, the Surah Baqarah ayat, okay, then he learned some words we are told later. So if there's any contention against that from my Shias, I am aware of that. Because I myself want to leave this religion when I see, not like that, with full knowledge. And so I'm just pointing out the discrepancies. sayings of Imams about the things. So if Imam is saying that he learned at verse 37 of Surah Baqarah, then learned Adam from his Lord words of inspiration, and his Lord turned towards him, for he was oft returning most merciful. Commentary of Surah 2, Ayah 37. There was no chance of going back to the dwelling of joy and happiness. They were at the mercy of the Lord. They turned repentant unto Allah. The merciful, oft-forgiving Lord blessed Adam with the most extraordinary words of prayer, through which Adam and after him any one in his progeny, mankind, could invoke the mercy of the Lord. Could invoke the mercy of the Lord. These were the holy names of those highest beings whom Allah had already introduced to Adam. So the oft-forgiving already introduced him. This is right. But if you say like Imam Ali Reza that he wasn't at all aware of the names when Satan came, he wasn't made aware of the names. That's not true. He was made aware of the names. Adam was made aware of these names. We are told in the Quran ayats. Surah Baqarah before 37, ayat 37 and 33 and all. Oh goodness. So look at this. There's something going wrong here. Here we can say that he was asked again to use these names to now for intercession, God. They were at the mercy of the Lord. They turned repentant unto Allah. The merciful and oft-forgiving Lord blessed Adam with the most extraordinary words of prayer, through which Adam and after him anyone in his progeny could invoke the mercy of the Lord. These were the holy names of those highest beings whom Allah had already introduced to Adam. So the oft-forgiving, merciful Lord took Adam and his wife under his mercy when they invoked him through these names. See commentary for verse 4 in this Surah Baqarah. Yes? So this, I really am confused now. I have to go up. Then did Satan make them slip from the garden? Warning of the divine. So Adam, we are told Adam did not know how to use these names now, as to, how in prayer to invoke God for mercy and forgiveness. That is energy. To begin this journey, Adam in a way apparently gave Shaitan the opportunity to use his guile. Then did Satan make them slip from the garden and get them out of the state of felicity in which they had been. We said, get you down, all your people, with enmity between yourselves. On earth will be your dwelling place and your means of livelihood for a time. Adam was, so this is Surah, now commentary of, I read the ayat, verse, and now the commentary of Surah Baqarah, verse 36. Adam was endowed with infinite potentiality to reach the ultimate through rational thinking and be able to discriminate and choose. Shaitan, the furious and fiery, obstinate and perverse, devoid of Iman, faith, meaning, became an enemy of Adam. The stimulating warning of the divine command not to go near the tree awakened Adam's latent ambition to march onto those highest beings whose status Allah had shown him. To begin his journey, Adam, in a way, apparently gave Shaitan the opportunity to use his guile and rebellious energy in order to take advantage of the situation and get even with his adversary who caused his downfall. Adam and Hawa slipped out of the condition of peace and contentment into the realm of struggle where peace and conflict, love and hate, and such opposites are at full play. Thereafter, the two opposite groups faced each other. It was a conflict between good and evil, right and wrong. Ihbitu, also used in verse 61 of Al-Baqarah, means a change from the easy life of joy and happiness to the life of toil, suffering, and misery. God, what? Sorry, I really don't. What? How did? I have to read it again, I think. The stimulating warning of the divine command not to go near the tree awakened Adam's latent ambition to march onto those highest beings. And how could this, if you're marching onto those highest beings whose status Allah had shown him, then how could he be, to begin his journey? Adam, in a way, apparently gave Shaitan the opportunity to use his guile. Wouldn't you say the divine warning, the stimulating warning of the divine command not to go near the tree? See, here there could be God behind this, not Adam, and how it's put, my God. So please, because I'm going to read this, it really isn't but latent ambition to march onto those. He's using his latent ambition to march onto those highest beings whose status Allah had shown him. The stimulating warning of the divine command not to go near the tree awakened Adam's latent ambition to march onto those highest beings. Now, Adam is also marching onto the highest beings. He thought, by going near the tree, that he would march, that having the fruit he'll find out the highest beings, whose status Allah had shown him. To begin this journey, Adam in a way apparently gave Shaitan the opportunity to use his guile and rebellious energy in order to take advantage of the situation. Because God had made this highest being so, like everyone wanted to, compete with them. Even Adam. It just awakened Adam's latent ambition. Oh my goodness. Okay. So now what is in commentary of 4 here? So off forgive merciful. Yeah, pray. So there was no chance of going back to the dwelling. Prayer, words of prayer through which Adam and after him anyone in his progeny could invoke the mercy of the Lord. These were the holy names of those highest beings whom Allah had already introduced to Adam. See commentary for verse 4. So going up, come on, quickly going up to verse 4. It's already 2 hours here and 30 minutes, 34 minutes actually. This is too much. Where is it? Commentary, verse 4, ayat 4, ultimate holy prophet. Verse 4, come on, there's so much commentary. Akapuyas here. Okay, under, and who believe in the revelation sent to thee and sent before thy time, and in their hearts have the assurance of the hereafter. The pious are those who believe not only in the truthfulness of the Quran revealed to the Holy Quran, but also to the Holy Prophet, but also the holy books. Forget it if you know the five, what, all this for Akhirat end. What about this now? Yaqeen is the state of conviction. So they should be so merciful, these five, if you just invoke a salawat on them, Durood Sharif. If you just invoke them, what's this? Do not fear, Allah is with us, Tawbah Surah. Trust and left Makkah. Ladies are asked to join the Holy Prophet in Medina. Holy Prophet. What about the Holy Prophet had asked us? So, can't see where, sorry, I'll have to go through this. So, only more verbal profession of faith does not bring salvation. You have to recognize who these five are. And for this, God created the whole world and told angels to love them. No, that Allah loved. Deen and Iman and intellect. Anyways, so my contention was, again, I'll come back if I find out that the Shias are demonstrating and complaining about this. So my contention is that they knew the names, but Adam, like Imam should have put it in a different way here. Imam Reza. That Adam didn't know how to invoke these names. Maybe the names were taken away, the light was taken away, he forgot. As Imam Ali bin Musa Reza has pointed out, these events of test and trial took place in the place of bliss, where Adam was not yet aware of the names. Completely wrong. We are told the names were given. He was aware of the names, and he told angels when Allah told him to tell the angels. He told the angels their names. Therefore was not yet chosen as the vicegerent of Allah. Chosen, appointed, and effective, what do you call that word? Chosen, he was chosen. Allah had told him in the Quran ayat, we are told, Allah told the angels that he was creating a vicegerent. So maybe I have missed something. Adam was created to represent Allah on the earth as his vicegerent. Surah Baqarah ayat 30. His stay in the place of bliss was temporary. Adam was not a weak-willed. Shaitan lured him, yeah. He was created as a vicegerent. So he was chosen. So God tells angels that I have created a vicegerent for earth, which Surah Baqarah it is, I think 30. I'm not sure. You can please check. Baqarah 31. Adam established his superiority over the angels when he displayed the knowledge of the names Allah taught to him. So to say like Imam Reza has said is wrong here. And in the commentary, I'm reading all this commentary under, again, back to Surah Taha 20 of verse 115, under verse 115, commentary, Puya Ali commentary, that Imam Ali Reza is wrong in saying he didn't know the names. He wasn't even aware of the names. Therefore, Adam was not aware of the names. Therefore, he had the slip in Eden, as the Christians call it, right? The Garden of Eden, or what is it? Where Adam and Eve dwelled. Where Adam was not yet aware of the names, therefore was not yet chosen as the vicegerent of Allah. What happens if he was aware of the names and that he was chosen as the vicegerent of Allah? He could not have slipped here and been deceived by Satan. Right? So all this for this 2 hours and 40 minutes and still going, continuing, explaining, still explaining. Adam also passed the test. Therefore, the behavior of Adam should be understood in the light of the test, after completion of which he was appointed as the vicegerent of Allah. Verses 40 and 42 of Hijr, 65 of Bani Israel, 51 of Maryam, and 33 of Ahzab assert that Shaitan has no authority over those servants of Allah who have no authority. Shaitan has no authority over those servants of Allah who have been freed from the taint of evil and purified with a thorough purification. Verse in Surah Azab. No, it doesn't say that, but it just says taint of evil and purified. And Adam was one of them. He definitely was one of them. So there was no question of Shaitan misleading Adam after he was selected as vicegerent. The ending. Sorry if your eyes hurt or this is not focusing. No question of Shaitan misleading. So there was no question of Shaitan misleading Adam after he was selected as the vicegerent of Allah. After the vicegerency of Allah became effective, went into effect when he came to earth, you should say. As Imam Ali bin Musa al-Rida has pointed out, these events of test and trial took place in the place of bliss, Test and trial, meaning Shaitan misleading Adam, took place in the place of bliss, where Adam was not yet aware, of the names, therefore, of the names, not aware, not yet aware of the names, not yet aware of the way how to pray to Allah using these names. I can say yes, but not aware of the names, no, wrong. Therefore was not yet chosen as the vicegerent of Allah. This because Imams have said if our sayings go against the Quran ayahs, of course reject them, but this is such a misleading thing that it took me like so much time to correct myself. Isn't this just injustice? Right? It's unfair. So, I mean, people will get, because these are tricky ayahs scattered around. People don't know. Some of them don't even have that capacity. I have a mental issue here. and still, and even a health issue like mental and physical. And then the Shias could, still be eyeing, oh, what are you saying? Oh, questioning me? When he said, see, no, our Imams can, but they have said that our sayings can be wrong. If they're wrong against false, then this is how they can be false against, compare them with the Quran ayats. If they're false, throw them away. This is a good way of, when they make a mistake or when the religious scholars make a mistake about the Quran ayats, we can say that, no, but we don't say they don't have the knowledge. We just tell people like students like us discovering the truth, still confused and going through like this. Many people have gone through, I know they've given their lives. I'm not comparing myself to those Shia religious scholars who have given their lives for this, blood, sweat, and even some of them remained indoors for years and years and years, studying the Quran, studying the lives of the 12 Imams and Prophet Muhammad and all this, and to guide the people. They've given their lives. Everything, time, everything, valuable time, everything. Okay, to at times their family members' lives. So I do have that honor for them and respect, but I'm really sorry I have to do this, and so for the truth's sake and all, I haven't done that, but I can't even come close to that. But for me, I found out that this is very, very confusing, and that Allah still stands as Iblis. That, again, and the witness, how did they make Allah the witness? So, if the Imams cannot be accurate in explaining these ayats and all, and there are these discrepancies in their sayings too, although they said that, I understand they said that if you find some discrepancies between contradictions, if our eyes don't go with the Quran, then reject them, throw them away, because the Quran ayats come first. But how are we to know if these people fail and make mistakes in making us understand the Quran ayats? We're lost cases, we're in a mess, and we have to find out ourselves. And then who are we to trust? We can't trust this. Writing, sayings, 100%. And not being a hafiz of Quran, studying, stumbling, coming through verses that, like Surah Azab verse and Surah Nur verse, and then the others and others, and now this. So thank you very much. I have no more strength now. I should give myself a break, and so I'll continue later.